Everybody looking forward to the holiday weekend? It's going to be kind of weird with all this social distancing and whatever, but it's still a holiday.
That's true.
It's going to be different.
It's definitely going to be different.
Yes.
All right. Well, Deb, do you want to go ahead and get things rolling for us? And
Sure.
we'll have a few more
Yeah.
join.
Absolutely. Let's kick this off. Hello, everybody. We have a nice group today. It's good to see your faces, even though that we may be connecting remotely. So I'm Deb Stone. I've been with Vet Partners since about 2007. I currently serve as the president. And we really like to kick off your membership in large part with the connecting, and the membership committee will actually guide a lot of this conversation. We've got Tim Burns, who's the vice chair, and Stacy Purcell may be able to join us later as the chair of the membership committee. And in large part, the membership committee, they've got a big charge. They really try to grow the collaboration with among the members, and look at helping develop network opportunities, as well as keep that engagement that happens, that is such a benefit of being with Vet Partners. It's the engagement, the relationships that really keep us alive and keep things exciting. And we typically, in person meetings, we typically get together, we have an orientation, we go over things, answer many questions. We're not going to be meeting this year. You may have received the email address, yesterday that says we're connecting virtually, and we've got a lot of things in store, including a little opportunity for you to share a little bit about yourself during the virtual conference, and Elizabeth will give you more information on that. So more to come. I know you can't wait to hear about that. This is really an informal discussion. There's not a slide deck with this discussion at all. It's a matter of, again, Tim will take it from here and really share some of the opportunities and the benefits of being a Vet Partners member. So thank you all for joining us and being here. I appreciate it. And Tim, it's all yours.
Well, one, I want to introduce myself, Tim Burns. I am a practice manager, practice owner, and starting into consulting and speaking. I am the vice chair. I have only been the vice chair since January. Stacy Purcell is on the phone, and she is actually the chair. So I'm going to actually turn it over to Stacy, because she is much better at this than I am, since I'm newer.
Stacy.
Hi, everyone. Sorry I was late.
Good to see you.
In part, Stacy, with the introductions and just talking about the membership committee and the board members.
Sure. So yes, Tim and I co-chair the membership committee. So we're the committee that welcomes all new members into Vet Partners and just helps everybody learn all the benefits of the organization, and getting them connected with other members that they're interested in meeting. And then we also just encourage everybody to get involved as much as possible in the organization.
I'd like to go around and have everybody introduce themselves and just give a little 30-second little introduction. Do you want me to call your names? We can start with Elizabeth. She's very important to the Vet Partners organization. Elizabeth,
Yes,
just want to tell us a little bit about what you do?
So I manage the association, so I'm your point person. If there's anything you need, if you have questions, if you have problems logging into the website, if you're wondering about the conference coming up, anything, you just shoot me an email and I'm on it. So again, you know, if you're interested in joining a committee, let me know and I can get you connected with the chair of that committee, so we can get you onboarded for that. All sorts of things on. I'll go into some more detail a little later, but let's have our board members first introduce themselves. We have a few board members on. So Karen, you want to start?
Sure. My name is Karen Felstead. I have my own consulting firm, Panthera T Veterinary Management Consulting. I've actually been a Vet Partners member from the very beginning. Is that 2001? I'm not even sure what we call the original year. It's been so long.
Right. It's a long name. It was not that always vet partners, right? Do you
No,
remember that
it was,
long original name?
that's exactly the Association of Veterinary Management Practice Advisors and Consultants. I've got it close and may not be exactly right. But ABPMCA was the acronym. But regardless, it's been a great organization. I think the biggest thing for me is that before that, those of us that were consultants didn't really have much of an opportunity to talk with other consultants. We were all off with our own firms. And so it's just been great from that standpoint. And one of the reasons I joined and one of the reasons Vet Partners started was to improve the quality evaluations in veterinary medicine. And that's been an amazing help as well.
Thank you, Karen. How about Gina? Just trying to unmute.
Mute myself. So I'm Gina Fortunato. I'm the Vice President for 2020 for Vet Partners. And super happy to see all of your faces. I love the Zoom calls because we actually get to put faces with names, unlike just email where we see your guys' names. So I have been a member of Vet Partners since 2012 or 13, I don't remember exactly. I work for a company called Crum & Forster Pet Insurance Group. The primary product that we promote is ASPCA Pet Health Insurance, which is our go-to market brand for the veterinary industry. So I joined Vet Partners because I came from the human pharmaceutical side, and getting into the veterinary industry, it was just slightly different. And someone had recommended to me, Dr. Mary Beth Leininger, who was my colleague at the time, had recommended to me to join Vet Partners to learn the ropes. And I'll tell you, it is the single-handedly best thing I did in the past 8 years, and really made some great friends, some great networking opportunity, and you really learn a lot and some great programming with our year-end and mid-year meetings. So welcome.
Thanks, Gina. How about, and finally, Lynn.
You have to unmute, Lynn.
I know.
There you go.
I've been told that my whole life. But hey, I'm Lynn Davis. I live in Tennessee. I joined Vet Partners in 2011 after not joining in 2010. And I'm a recently retired veterinary practice consultant and self-employed. And Vet Partners was just a godsend for me when I joined. And people there knew what they were doing. I've traveled around 60 or 80 clinics the prior year, and I was wondering where the business people were, but I found them in Vet Partners. And the amazing thing about Vet Partners, people were willing to share and willing to discuss things and answer questions and help you out, and it's just been fabulous. I served for I don't know how many years on the membership committee. I was chairman for several years, and it's a really great committee. I will say this, you get what you get out of Vet Partners is related to what you put in it. So get involved. Call me. I'm in the directory, or anybody else in Vet Partners, and say, what should I do? But if you get involved and you start working in a committee and working on a special interest group, we call them SIGs, you'll meet people, they'll get to know you, and they'll see what you can do, and you're likely to get referrals and networking opportunities. But if you stay in your chair at home and don't get out and interconnect, we see those people come and go. I'm currently serving on the board of directors. I'm the secretary of the corporation, and that is a member of the executive committee, which is just a group of board members who can do things if the board, between the board meetings, and make decisions to carry on. So welcome to Vet Partners. I hope you enjoy it 1/10 as much as I have.
Thank you, Lynn. If we want to start going, I'm going to start from the top of what I see. So I see Jennifer Mills first. So Jennifer, if you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. Well, first of all, on the Zoom, I can only see 4 people at a time. Is that what everyone's doing? I don't know if there's a button. I don't do that many Zooms.
If you look at the in the top
right,
if you should see like a a small 1 bar, a larger 1 bar, 2 bars, and then like
I have a little
Brady.
blue arrow to the right of the pictures I can see. So I don't know I don't know if setups are different on different computers, but you see, I can see 6 people, and then if I click on that button, I can see the rest.
It says gallery.
Right.
You're looking for gallery view.
Yeah, I see at the bottom, I just see participants, chat, share screen, record, reactions.
Look in the upper right-hand corner.
I wonder if, Elizabeth, if you get rid of stop sharing your screen for the agenda during the introductions, then we'll be able to do.
Sure, I can do that for now.
Oh yeah, there we go. Now I can see everybody. Okay. Yeah, that's what, okay. Now I can see everyone. Thank you. Anyway, my name is Jennifer Mills, and I am a lender. So I've been doing small business loans for 25 years. I work for a bank called Pacific Western Bank, and we're a national lender. And I got interested in Vet Partners. Bree Silva she recommended me, and she and I are good friends. She's a good resource for me. We like help each other out. So I focus in veterinarian lending, and you can do up to 100% financing on real estate transactions. My bank is Pacific Western Bank, and I'm excited for the opportunity to meet everybody. So thank you.
Thank you.
I'm located in California. I'm in Sacramento, California. So
California.
yeah.
Justin, where'd Justin go?
Hello, everybody. I'm Justin Weaver. I'm in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm an attorney at the law offices of Robert Montgomery. I focus almost exclusively on the representation of veterinarians in transactional matters, so buying, selling practices, real estate, and everything that comes along with that, employment agreements, leases, regulatory issues as well. I joined Vet Partners after being in the industry for several years. I continued to run into folks as I networked who continually suggested that I join Vet Partners. And so after the 5th or 6th person that suggested, I decided that I needed to actually look into it. And so that's why I joined.
Thank you, Justin.
Welcome, Justin.
Thank you.
Adam.
Hey, everybody. So my name is Adam Chrisman. I'm the Chief Veterinary Officer for Fetch DVM 360. I recently assumed this position 2 days before COVID hit, so it was a really good time to have a career change.
Oh.
Really?
You know what I have to say to that is shit, literally. Like, it's been a show, let me tell you. It has, I mean, somebody was just talking about the schedule of the conference. Elizabeth, you were talking, let me tell you, I get you.
Yeah, you do multiple,
right?
Get it more than me, yes.
Going from live events to virtual, but I still practice. I've been practicing for 18 years, and so I still continue to do practicing, and I'm the treasurer for the New Jersey Veterinary Medical Association as well. And so my little passion is I have a very good network of veterinary students that I chat with a lot. So I like learning about them, getting to know them, and so I guess that's kind of like my jam. I love hanging out with them virtually and all that stuff and building their portfolios and working on their brand. And I cannot believe I never joined Vet Partners. After everything that I've done, it's like, I can't, it's one of those things like, I wish I did it earlier kind of a thing. So, but you know, I'm glad I'm here.
Great.
Thank you, Adam.
Michael.
Hey, I'm going to go ahead and apologize. I had a meeting run over, so I'm sitting in a car trying to hold my phone still. So I'll probably turn my video off after this, if that's okay with y'all. But my background is industrial engineering, so I'm an engineer by trade. I've worked in manufacturing and healthcare, in quality and safety departments. And my last job was with health system infection control. And I've worked previously with smaller businesses. And one of the things that I've always done throughout my career is basically documentation. So I've worked in quality and safety, and everybody knows that that's the main thing that inspectors want to see. So I started working with one of my best friends from high school, actually. He's a coder. So we started this business called HASCOM Ready that helps small businesses with compliance documents, employee training, stuff like that. And I started working with some local vets, and they're just like every other small business. You know, compliance documentation is something that everybody's got to do, but nobody has time to do it. So after working with a couple local vets, they recommended that I look into this, and I talked to Elizabeth and Stacy, and seemed like it'd be a good fit to get to know the ropes of the veterinary industry and get to meet some people. So that's why I joined.
It's great.
Welcome,
Thank
Michael.
Welcome.
you. Go ahead. Jamie?
All right, can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. My name is Jamie Camp and I am in Tennessee as well. So I'm very excited to be a part of Vet Partners. I've been in the veterinary industry for 15 years. Worked as an assistant for a long time in different roles in the hospital. And then I just saw a need for good managers. So I went to school, got my bachelor's at MTSU for management. I went and got my CVPM, and I'm working on my HR certifications now. And I'm right now an executive director for Blue Oasis Pet Hospital. And I just started my own consulting business since there's not a lot in Tennessee that are doing things like that. So I was like, I need to just see if it'll work. And Debbie Boone, I reached out to her when I was starting to get this up and going, because I had talked to her before and seen her at conferences, and I was like, what should I do? And she's like, just join Vet Partners. So I'm like, okay, let's do that. So that's why I'm here, and I'm super excited to network with you guys and learn more. So, yeah.
Great.
Welcome, Jamie.
Thank you.
Evan.
Hey, everybody. Nice to see everybody. Happy to be here. My name is Evan Stevens. I'm currently outside of Detroit. I'm based here. I work for Mission Veterinary Partners. So we're one of the corporate groups that's been with or in the industry now for a number of years. And we're relatively new. We started in 2017. And I joined to lead our business development and new partnership growth. And so I've been with the company since we started. My background's really on the financial side, so I feel much like a rookie to the veterinary industry compared to everybody on the phone here. I've really only been in veterinary medicine since the end of 2017, so relatively new. But as I started to network with folks and just meet different folks, I worked with David McCormick for a little bit on a partnership here in Michigan. And then I had a chance to meet Dr. Michael Hargrove. And really just my background is really in business valuation and transaction structuring from a partnership perspective. And those guys were just really instrumental for me kind of getting up to speed with what's happening in the industry, how they're looking at things. And so kind of built relationships with those folks and got excited. I mean, they kind of introduced me to Vet Partners, and the more, Justin, kind of similar to you, the more I've talked with people in the industry, everybody kind of points back to being part of this group, and excited to be part of it. Karen, nice to see your face too. I know we've talked a few times.
We have. Nice to see you.
Yeah, same here. So yeah, I'm just really excited. I mean, we're a group. We have now over 60 hospitals in our network, and we're expanding, I would say, out of the Midwest, very much more towards the East Coast and South. And so certainly trying to expand my network as we look for finding great partners to join what we think is a differentiated corporate group. And I just, excited to learn from everybody on the phone here and get involved with the organization. So thanks, and excited to meet everybody.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Woody.
Hi, everybody. My name is Woody Mooney, based out of New York City. I'm the CEO and founder of a pet insurance marketplace called Policy Advisor. We work with veterinarians nationally. We've only been around for a couple of years now. And everything we do as a business is really focused on getting veterinarian input and making their lives easier when it comes to the treatment financing conversation. So we hear from vets all the time. They don't necessarily know who to recommend, or they've only got 10 minutes with a client, and but they value insurance as well as sort of other solutions that help improve treatment outcomes. And so we're trying to streamline the process for them and ultimately help them have a really valuable conversation. So I've already had, really fantastic conversations with some of the Vet Partner members, including Dr. Debbie Boone, and have gotten great input. And so in those conversations, and sorry, you might see my mixed Great Dane here frame. Probably a problem that a lot of you have right now on your Zoom calls. But you know, in those conversations, it really became clear that joining Vet Partners would be really meaningful, especially since we want that valuable veterinary input in everything we do. So, you know, really excited to, you know, continue to have phenomenal conversations and to meet many of you and have the chance to talk. Thanks.
Thank you.
Welcome, Woody.
And Kent.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kent Pardon. I'm a veterinarian in Columbia, Tennessee, southern middle Tennessee, about 30 minutes south of Nashville. Graduated from Tennessee in 1984. My wife and I have several different types of companies. We have a real estate company, and she runs a real estate school. We do some consulting, investing consulting. We have a development company and mainly commercial real estate, but some residential also. I have a practice. I don't currently own any practices right now. Sold an ownership back in January of this year, but we're in and out of that business. Still practice. I'm also chairman of a bank in Middle Tennessee. So kind of my what I enjoy doing is mentoring young veterinarians and doing succession planning for some of the veterinarians my age. I graduated in 1984. But so Lynn Davis had been on me for a while that I need to join Vet Partners, and so I should have already. And I'm looking forward to meeting everyone post-COVID, and I just enjoy taking ideas and business models that are used outside of veterinary medicine and seeing if they're applicable inside the clinic. And it's kind of unique, I think, and very interesting to do that. That's, I think, beneficial to the clinics. But I primarily finance veterinary clinics, veterinarians all across Tennessee and any state that is contiguous pretty much. I don't, I do from time to time on referrals and have friends and children of friends that I'll skip a state or two, but I mainly stay in the southeastern United States.
Okay. Thank you, Kent. Welcome.
Well, welcome, Kent.
Lisa.
Hi, nice to meet everyone. I'm Lisa Hugh, CEO and co-founder of a startup called Rue. We're basically the first labor marketplace connecting animal hospitals with veterinarians and vet technicians for relief work. So I actually entered the animal healthcare space about 1.5 years ago from kind of like media tech startup world. And my co-founder, who's David Strauss from Petwell Partners, we joined forces to form Rue. And, you know, I was pretty shocked at hearing about how just the whole idea of hospitals needing talent for, you know, whether it's a 1-day gig or 1 week to full-time placements, just the need for vets and vet techs, talent staffing, right? But there's really no channels to connect the two sides. So in light of the gig economy happening with other industries, you know, kind of like my startup background with David's industry expertise, we formed Rue. So the platform we've been running, we started in Texas with Houston and Dallas. We are expanding to California, and we're going to be going nationwide at some point. But this is really helping hospitals just fulfilling, you know, staffing needs, you know, at last second to multiple days, but helping them increase production, but also more importantly, I think just giving vets, vet professionals just more flexible scheduling and better work-life balance. So that's what we're doing. And you know, I'm really excited to be joining. I just recently joined, so looking forward to talking and knowledge sharing more with everyone.
Great. Thank you, Lisa.
I think that's it.
No, we have one more. We have Michael. Did Michael go?
Michael, we did, Michael.
We did. Okay. Oh, he's, yeah. Okay.
He was in the car.
Perfect. All right. Let me reshare. Okay. Stacy, do you want to start off with anything membership related, and then I'll take them through just some things to keep in mind?
Yeah, where do you want me to start, Elizabeth?
Just down here under discussion of benefits.
Okay. So the biggest benefit, I think, in Vet Partners is the networking opportunities, like we're doing here, and we do in person when it's not COVID. And then the other opportunity is for collaboration, referrals, just learning knowledge of what's going on in the industry with all of these different experts that we have from all different areas, from, like we've heard today, recruiting, accounting, insurance, et cetera. So, getting involved is the big benefit. The meetings, we have 2 meetings a year. We have our annual meeting, which is at the beginning of the year, and then we have our mid-year meeting, which is in the summer, which we're going to have this summer. It's going to be virtual. And so at the mid-year meeting, we have our Hot Rocks presentations, where members have the opportunity to present short presentations on hot topics that are important and relevant to right now in the industry, and then social media opportunities, so we can submit articles and things to Twitter, Facebook, and on LinkedIn. We have a Facebook group that is very active, so you can post things, and we have both a public-facing Facebook and also a private networking group on Facebook. Also, there's speaking opportunities. So on our website, there is a speakers bureau. So if you complete that, if you're interested in speaking, that gives other, practices, for example, or associations in the industry, if they're looking for speakers, will come and look for speakers from our speaker bureau. Also the town hall, so those are live interactive meetings, kind of like the one that we have now, but it gives us the opportunity to connect and hear what different people are doing in the industry. There's also some publication opportunities, so if you want to write or if you want to blog, Sarah Rumpel helps us. She's our editor-in-chief, and she helps us with writing too. So if anybody wants to submit any articles or hot topics, you can do that. Elizabeth, did I miss anything?
No, but let me just elaborate on a couple of things. Finding my, as I think maybe was it Lynn who said, the way you're going to get the most out of your membership is to get involved. So I encourage you all to go to the website, and there's I think it's under the About Us tab, there's some information about each of our committees and SIGs. So I'd encourage you to review those and let me know if you're interested in joining any of them. Because again, that's the way you're going to start to get to collaborate and network with different people on the committee. Social media, I would say the Facebook networking group, which you would have gotten a link to in your welcome email, is where you can post and promote anything about yourself. We do have a discussion forum as well. That is not a place to like promote yourself or something you're doing that's coming up. That you would just use the Facebook networking group for that. If you do have something you would, like if you have a book coming out, or you've been published, you've published an article, or you have a webinar coming up, you can submit those to me, and we have a section in our newsletter each month where I can promote those for you. But again, you need to submit those to me.
Could I add something?
Yes.
This is Lynn, the guy up here waving his hand. Every vet partner member is really keen on making the experience good for everyone else. We've got this thing, she kind of breezed through it, called the forum. You can put any question or request on there that you have the guts to put on there. Now, I've put a lot of stuff on there and asked questions, and every time my insecurities are creeping in while I'm typing the thing, saying, Lynn, they really don't want to have time for you. They really don't want me to help you, or whatever. This is a stupid question. I'm going to hate, put it out there with my name on it. But every time I use it, I get 8, 10 valuable answers from people that have been through the experience, have solutions, have lived it, have done other things. This is probably the biggest unknown secret, you know, the secret that we have, that the resources that are available to you with Vet Partners is unbelievable. And if you use the forum, if you are experiencing something for the first time, you know, you can put on there, what does anybody know about this? Or anything you want to put on there. And believe me, people really do want to help you here. We want the industry to get better, and that's the way it works. Thanks.
Elizabeth, can I add something as well?
Please, please.
So this is coming back, and a couple of people have touched on this, but it's coming back to the idea that, you know, you get out of Vet Partners what you put in and stuff. And I think the point I really want to make on that is a lot of people come to Vet Partners because they're hoping to get new business out of it, to get referrals. And I think all of us who currently work with clients are looking for new people to be able to refer clients to, but we have to know who people are, and not only know who they are, we have to feel comfortable with the quality of their work. Because I mean, I as a consultant look really stupid if I refer somebody who does a bad job for them, and I've had that happen before. So to me, this really comes back to the getting involved. And the more that, you know, you show up for committee meetings, you do a hot rocks, and people can really see, you know, you're a dedicated worker. You follow through on what you say you're going to, what your knowledge base is. That just makes it so much easier for people to refer to you. So can't emphasize that enough.
Thank you.
And also too, it's a very collaborative group. So there's people in the group that are competitors, like, several attorneys, and but it's very collaborative. So it's, and people work together. It's a group of people that, really work together, like Lynn said, to make the profession better.
Great. So let me talk a little bit about the virtual mid-year meeting coming up, which I hope you all will plan to attend. An email went out yesterday to the membership about that, and we'll be promoting it more in the coming weeks. So the virtual meeting is going to be August 25 through 27. There will, I know virtual, you just think Zoom call, but people will have the opportunity to network with other members. You can set up meetings with other attendees. So if there's someone on the attendee list that you want to meet, you can just click on a button, say, hey, I'd like to meet you. And then the two of you can set up a mutual time to have a little Zoom room type get together. So you're not going to lose out on too much networking at the event. Usually at your first meeting, when it's in person, we let all new members get up in front of the group and present a 3-minute elevator speech. It's just a quick little, here's my name, this is what I do, and this is what I love, something like that. So since we're not going to be able to do that at the virtual, what I do want to have all new members do, and I will send further information about this out to you in the coming weeks, that every new member will be able to submit a roughly 3-minute video to me, and then those will be posted on a section of the platform, and then members can go and, at their leisure and review your video. So I'll be sending more information about that out, but it's, it's your chance to give your little pitch. Does anyone have any questions about any of this?
Sorry.
I didn't like what you said, Elizabeth.
Well, I'll add to that a little bit, the elevator speech. We really don't promote ourselves at the meetings and stuff. We just network and try to work through people. But this is your one chance to be shamelessly self-promoting. And we'd like to know something personal about you that you're willing to share, so we can get to know you as a person in addition to as a professional. So add that as an intro or as an ending to your to your presentation and tell us how we can help you and in that speech.
Liz, one question. Maybe I missed this. Sorry for that video. I know the 25th is the start of the virtual conference. Are you expecting those by first week of August, second week of August? Is there a deadline for submitting those?
Yeah, and I don't have that quite yet, but it will be towards the end of the first week of August.
Cool.
So you
Thank
still
you.
have some time, and I'll be sending out detailed information about that shortly after the 4th.
Cool. Thank you.
Sure. Any other questions from?
What does a SIG stand for? SIG? Sorry.
It's called a special interest group. So they're very, like there's the technology and innovation SIG, and that SIG is helping me a lot getting this conference organized. There's a diversity and inclusion SIG. There's a practice management SIG. Again, everything's on the website. There's a whole listing and brief description for each group. So
I can break it down for you by saying there are standing committees that are defined by the bylaws. Okay, you got that. There are special interest groups that are adjuncts to committees, or they're probably not going to be permanent committees, permanent meetings. They're issue related. And then there are task force that are formed to investigate or accomplish a specific task and then not be around anymore. So that's basically the 3 group structures that exist in Vet Partners.
okay, well, if there aren't any other questions, I think, all of us would, again, like to say how much we look forward to getting to know you all and having you getting involved in the organization. And I want to thank you for your time today. And I will be sending this recording out to all the new members. So you're going to get it anyway. Just ignore it if you don't want to hear it again, okay?
We're supposed to have cocktail hour after this.
I thought you were going to organize that.
Yeah.
You're right. And I just want to let you know that my dog Lindsay was really, really enjoyed this call tonight. So thank you so much. She was just loved it. They're so excited. So can't wait till we connect with our virtual meeting. And thank you all for being members of Vet Partners.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
Bye, everybody.
Good to see everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Happy holiday.